A stray cat abruptly disrupted a math lecture and instantly became close friends with the children. Then the unthinkable occurred. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. In a little primary school in eastern Turkey, a typical Monday morning arithmetic session took a pleasant turn on a cold morning. A rumpled orange cat with its tail tucked high entered the room as the third graders took their seats. The kids exchanged startled looks, and their instructor, Mrs. Oslam Pinardavashko, had to wag an eyebrow at the unannounced guest instead of chasing the cat away. She allowed it to walk about uninhibited for a short while, because the feline was making the children smile and adding some fun to an otherwise dull lesson. Oslam didn't realize it at the time, but her choice to let the cat, later given the name Tombi, run around the classroom unrestricted, created the conditions for the kids and their newfound animal friend to develop a deep and unexpected bond. One of the stray cats who wandered the school's garden grounds was called Tombi. But unlike his feline peers, Tombi showed a clear predilection for human companionship. During recess or after the last bell, he actively sought out the students, pleading for their love and attention. The kids greeted him with excitement, petting his fur, interacting with him in a fun manner, and even giving him sweets as a sign of their newfound relationship. But they had only ever interacted with the cat in the school's gardens up until this point. So everyone was taken aback when he appeared in the third graders' classroom. They reasoned that it was a one-time occurrence and that the cat had either become lost or imprisoned inside the school. But one day, inspired by their growing bond with the students, Tombi made the decision to take their newfound friendship to new heights. During one of the regular arithmetic lessons, Tombi strode back into the classroom and momentarily stopped the instruction. But unlike the last time, his manner suggested that he was reluctant to leave. Now that Oslam was used to Tombi's presence and saw how funny he was at learning, he decided not to brush him off. Who was she, after all, to deny an inquisitive stray cat the chance to pursue knowledge alongside her students? But Oslam had another strong argument in favor of keeping Tombi in the classroom. The third graders have a reputation for being easily sidetracked by little things and for regularly interrupting lessons with their fun antics. These diversions, which included taking pens from someone else, losing toys, and starting games on their own, took their focus away from studying. Nonetheless, Tombi's constant presence changed the dynamics of the classroom. In his presence, the kids showed a noticeable increase in attentiveness. After they made friends with the cat, they were more responsible, and their playing impulses decreased during class, so they wouldn't accidentally upset their new pet. Oslam saw with great interest the amazing change in her class. When Tombi showed in, there was a noticeable sense of order instead of the usual mayhem. The pupils, who were previously prone to distraction and misbehavior, now showed constant interest and focus during class. Tombi's antics captivated even the most naughty of them, drawing their attention away from their normal hijinks and onto the activities taking place in the classroom. The relationship between Tombi and the class developed into something significant over time. The kids looked forward to his visits every day, their hearts full with joy and expectation. Tombi seemed to like the lively energy and cozy atmosphere of the school in return. He became a cherished fixture who gave the pupils countless hours of comfort and delight by blending in perfectly with their everyday routine. The once routine math session took on a magical air from Tombi's presence, turning it into a haven of study and laughing. His charming company and lighthearted antics created a positive and supportive environment where students felt free to experiment, create, and develop while pursuing their academic goals. Everyone's day was made happier by Tombi's constant presence, which also created moments of jovial joy and companionship. But shortly after, a depressing development cast a shadow over the previously lively and cheerful environment that pervaded Oslam's third-grade classroom. A worried parent alerted the authorities to the beloved cat's presence on the school grounds, fearing that some pupils could experience allergic reactions. The parent brought the issue to the attention of the school administration, which started a process of discussion. The school officials finally determined that moving the cherished cat Tombi was in the best interests of the children, Despite Oslam's best attempts to highlight all the good contributions the feline had made to the classroom environment and its occupants, Oslam was burdened by this choice as she started the difficult process of finding Tombi a new home. The kids' once enthusiastic classroom environment turned sorrowful as word of Tombi's approaching departure circulated. The kids found it difficult to understand why something that gave them so much comfort and joy had to be taken away from them so quickly, since they had become close to their furry buddy and looked forward to seeing them at school. Tombi was brought to a veterinary clinic by Oslam in an attempt to locate him a new home and to receive his vaccines. Tombi became visibly concerned. There was a tight atmosphere around the facility. This routine excursion served as a sharp reminder of the significant life changes he was going through. Oslam's perseverance paid off when Tombi was ultimately able to find a new, loving family, although he had a hard time adjusting to his new environment. His general well-being declined as he attempted to cope with the changes, and he had depressive symptoms like not wanting to eat. Despite their best efforts, his new family was unable to keep the cat content and at ease. It appeared that he preferred to be elsewhere. Not only was Tombi having trouble adjusting to his new surroundings, but the pupils were also having a difficult time accepting his departure. Their moods soured, and they appeared to find it more difficult to concentrate. Oslam would frequently see them appearing depressed and lost in contemplation. Eventually, the pupils learned of Tombi's dissatisfaction, which only made them more depressed. The pupils gave it their all since they really wanted to see their friend again. Their goal was to get in touch with Tombi again, so they wrote sincere messages and created moving drawings. In the hopes that Oslam might forward the letters to Tombi's family, they handed Oslam the letters. Tombi's adoptive family had to make the painful choice to give him up to Oslam because of the grief the pupils were going through. Even though the cat couldn't be completely reunited with the kids, they reasoned that he would be happiest with the teacher he had come to love. Oslam was committed to giving him the individualized attention and care he sorely required. But there were many obstacles in Tombi's way because he was still clearly depressed and missed his beloved students, who had become his second family. Gradually, his condition did become better enough for him to start eating again, and he took solace in the familiar, comforting presence of the instructor who had always been good to him. However, the grip of despair remained, casting a shadow over Tombi's behavior in spite of these slight indications of improvement. The deep anguish that accompanied his breakup from his best pals in the 3rd grade remained visible in his eyes. Oslam attempted to devise a strategy to bring the cats back together after realizing that no amount of love or attention could make the cat genuinely happy if he couldn't be with the kids, and learning that her students felt the same way. After a lengthy brainstorming session, she painstakingly developed a number of suggestions to convince the school administration of the critical role Tombi had in the pupils' well-being. Oslam shared Tombi's touching tale on social media in the hopes that it would be helpful. In her heart, she hoped the post would inspire support and draw attention to the cat's enormously beneficial impact on her kids. She never thought it would become viral, but she was hoping the parents would see it and support Tombi. The message quickly gained popularity on other platforms after striking a deep chord with viewers. Because of its extensive distribution, Tombi's cause gained more traction and attracted the attention of both the school administration and the leadership of the city education department. She had anticipated that the parents would find the touching narrative on social media to be more meaningful than she had imagined. They had a change of heart after hearing Tombi's heartwarming tale and seeing for themselves the sincere bond between the kids and the cat. The massive amount of public support, boosted by social media's extensive effect, put a great deal of pressure on the school administration. The school was forced to reconsider its earlier decision in the face of growing proof of Tombi's beneficial effects and the community's overwhelming support, suggesting a possible shift in the school's position on the cat's presence in the classroom. The provincial director of national education in Izmir, among other stakeholders, put up increasing pressure, and as a result, an official inquiry was started to find out if Tombi presented any health hazards to the kids. After a detailed investigation and evaluation, the authorities declared that there was no substantial risk to the pupil's safety and ordered Tombi to be returned to his cherished friends. The third-grade pupils were clearly excited and looking forward to Tombi's return, as word of it quickly went throughout the school like wildfire. Now that the decision was made, Aslam set off to visit the veterinarian with a cheerful group of pupils. Tombi showed steadfast commitment to their cherished friend's well-being by getting the required immunizations and undergoing a thorough examination. The excited kids gathered about Tombi with great enthusiasm, ready to lend their assistance and company at every turn. The veterinary appointment was a comforting assurance that Tombi was well enough to resume his beloved position as the class buddy, ready to bring love, warmth, and unlimited happiness back into the classroom. After Tombi triumphantly returned to the school, the kids gladly embraced their role in caring for their beloved furry friend, blossoming with a fresh sense of duty and compassion. Driven by a profound respect for animals, the students devotedly pledged to provide Tombi with the best care possible, taking turns to make sure he was surrounded by love and care. The classroom, which had previously been an energetic and noisy place, had a stunning metamorphosis and became a caring haven where everyone was committed to empathy and responsibility. The children were motivated to foster a culture of love and compassion that permeated every part of their school experience by the wonderful presence of their feline buddy. Aslam was moved by the deep influence Tombi had on her students and was motivated to start an amazing creative and educational adventure. 2018 saw the release of an interesting instructional book series she developed based on the touching stories she told Tombi and his classmates. Throughout the series, Tombi and his lovable buddies went on exciting adventures while imparting valuable lessons about the value of compassion, friendship, and responsibility. Students all throughout the country were moved by the poignant story, which resonated profoundly with readers and sparked a renewed passion for reading and education. Aslam's inspirational project improved the educational environment and helped young readers develop empathy and understanding, making a lasting impression on future generations. The Tombi and his classmates book series was an enormous success, surpassing all expectations at first. Almost all of the students in the school community devoured the engrossing stories, which made the book an essential curricular cornerstone. Through Aslam's innovative project, the pupils' literacy levels reached previously unheard-of levels, and he effectively imparted priceless life lessons like empathy and understanding. Aslam, the inspirational teacher behind the well-loved Tombi and his classmates book series, demonstrated her persistent commitment to excellence by taking the radical choice to expand the reach of her work outside of the classroom. Motivated by the tremendous success of the series, she generously decided to donate the money made to the local animal shelter in order to support a worthy cause. For innumerable creatures in need, your kind act served both a ray of hope and critical support for their care and welfare. Aslam was a perfect example of the positive knock-on effects of compassion and empathy. She created a lasting legacy of positively impacting her pupils and the community's lives via her altruistic and caring deeds. It was made quite evident by Aslam's unshakable dedication to her pupils and Tombi's well-being that a teacher's duties extend beyond the pages of textbooks and formal instruction. Following Tombi's incredible journey, Aslam's unrelenting dedication highlighted the critical role educators play in molding kids' hearts, souls, and minds, leaving a legacy of empathy, compassion, and positive transformation. The amazing friendship that developed between the third-grade class and the stray cat served as proof of the transformational potential of empathy and understanding. Through their common experiences, all those engaged gained priceless knowledge and realized that, even in the middle of daily life's routines, the most unexpected connections may grow into amazing moments of importance. This touching story demonstrates the significant influence that empathy and receptivity to the foreign can have in creating real relationships, enhancing the quality of our lives, and leaving a lasting legacy of fortitude, camaraderie, and the beauty found in the everyday moments. Have you ever noticed how amazing animals can be in a learning environment? Please tell us about your experiences. We appreciate your interest and hope to speak with you in our next video. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.